Once upon a time, in a mystical place called the Garden of Contentment, emotions bloomed like flowers, and feelings swirled in the air. This magical garden was tended by a tiny fairy named Felix, known as Felix the Feelings Fairy. His special gift wasn't granting wishes, but helping people understand their emotions. One bright morning, Felix noticed a young boy named Leo sitting near the entrance to the garden. Leo's face was twisted in confusion. "Hello there," Felix greeted softly. "Why the sad face, young one?" Leo looked up, startled. "I don't know what's wrong. Everything feels all jumbled inside." Felix smiled knowingly. "It sounds like your feelings are tangled up. Why don't you come with me? We'll explore the Garden of Contentment together, and maybe you'll find what you need." Though hesitant, Leo nodded and followed Felix into the garden. He was awestruck by the vibrant plants, each one seeming to pulse with life. Felix led him to a tree with heart-shaped leaves. "This is the tree of joy," Felix explained. "It grows when you feel happiness and peace. But right now, it's a little quiet, isn't it?" Leo nodded. "I haven't felt happy in a while. I don't know why, but I just don't feel it." Felix's wings shimmered as he guided Leo to another part of the garden. The air grew heavier and the colors darkened. They stood before a tall, twisting vine that knotted around itself. "This is the vine of worry," Felix said. "When you feel anxious, it grows wild. Sometimes it tangles itself so much that it blocks the light." Leo stared at the vine, feeling a lump in his throat. "I've been really worried," he admitted. "It feels like there's too much I can't control." Felix nodded gently. "Worry grows fast, but look closer." Leo noticed small flowers blooming between the tangled vines. "These flowers represent your ability to face your worries," Felix said. "Even when things feel overwhelming, there's always a way to untangle the vines." As they continued their journey, they visited the pool of sadness, the bush of anger, and the meadow of excitement. Each part of the garden represented emotions Leo had been feeling lately. Felix explained that all emotions, whether good or bad, had a purpose. "Feelings aren't here to hurt you," Felix said. "They're here to guide you. When you push them away, the garden becomes unbalanced," Leo thought deeply. "So, it's okay to feel sad or angry?" "Absolutely," Felix replied. "Sadness, anger, fear, these are all part of being human. What's important is understanding why you feel that way and what those feelings are telling you." Finally, they reached a beautiful glade bathed in sunlight. In the center stood the fountain of reflection. Felix invited Leo to sit beside it. The water was perfectly still, like a mirror. "This is where you can see yourself clearly," Felix said. "Take a moment and reflect on what we've learned." Leo gazed into the fountain, his reflection rippling slightly as a soft breeze passed. He thought about his worries and tangled feelings. "I think I've been so focused on not feeling bad that I forgot how to feel good," he whispered. Felix smiled warmly. "Exactly. When we run from hard feelings, we also miss out on the good ones. Now that you understand your emotions better, you can let them flow without fear." Leo looked up, feeling lighter than he had in days. "Thank you, Felix. I think I get it now. It's okay to feel everything, not just the good stuff." Felix's wings fluttered with delight. "You've got it. Remember, the Garden of Contentment is always here when you need it, and so am I." As Leo left the garden, he felt a sense of peace he hadn't known before. The colors around him seemed brighter, the air fresher, and his heart lighter. He understood now that feelings, both light and dark, were part of life's garden. And so, the Garden of Contentment flourished, just as Leo's understanding of himself grew. The journey wasn't over but had just begun, a magical adventure in learning to embrace all the emotions that make life rich and meaningful.